Justice Department because people in Dallas, this was about Social Security. The mayor hiding calls when 911 taunted me and made fun of me, and Yellow Breezy caused pain and damage, and more threats being called with racism and lies. With threats. And I'm suing you for 30 more million, Justice Department, for continue to let this go on and this behavior and people lie with him. You know, one thing he said on his song, Yellow Breezy said on his set, that's on me, baby. I ain't taking no losses. That's on me, baby. I ain't taking no losses. And you know what I say? That's on God and me. We ain't taking no losses. We ain't take. I want my justice. For the pain, you got everything that you need. Drake talked about me on a song while they come up and terrorize me and lie. And we have to identify those things where racism playing a part. You can't even realize in Brahms, what was in Brahms when the community was looking and Brahms where racism was going on in that place. Look at the other people behavior. Racism was going on. That's another thing. You continue to let this go on with their lies and continue to believe the mayor in his lies. This is how we're going to deal with this stuff. I'm not stupid. And this is another 30 million. The Justice Department, you want to play along with them? God said that's another 30 million. That dude ran his mouth and he making songs. And him and Boosie and the rest of them lying. And Texas lying. We can make this official. So if you're gonna continue to be on their side and the mayor and he abuses power while he say racist things with his community in 2009 and 2009, you dummy, you retarded, you scared of your little brother. Terrorism, antagonism. It was all about them. They did anything to come up. It's all about them. And I'm not having it. I'm not having it with Social Security, and I'm not having it with them. It is not about Yellow Breezy and their lies. This is not about a community that don't want change, start to change with Social Security. This is not about selfish behavior where Governor Abbott and them say stick by the rules and racism still going on in the business and you don't want to see it. They act like they with us, but they not. I told the civil rights and I told you what makes hip hop different from KKK. What makes black people different from KKK? What makes them different? What makes them different from that? That's the difference. What makes them different from you? What makes you different from KKK, Dallas? Hip hop, Texas, what makes you different from them? What makes you so different, gang members? What makes you so different from them? We talk about racism, but what makes you so different? I can't even work. What makes you so different? What makes you different? What makes you different from them? And I need to know. I need to know hip hop. I need to know something. What makes you different from them? I need to know Texas black gang members. What makes you different from them? God said, what makes you different from them? I want to know what makes you different from them. Houston, Texas, what makes you different from KKK? Y'all all want to fight for something, but what makes you different? And this is me suing the Justice Department. What makes them different from them? That's what I want to know. What makes you different when names was being called and you put me through all this racist crap? What makes you different from them? MO3 ain't them on me, but racism and lies trying to stop that. You are not. No. If you let this continue to go on, I will ask for the arrest of you. I will ask for the arrest, and I'm going to do it. If you continue to let these lies and these deception from the mayor in Texas go on, I'm going to ask the civil rights. Anything happen to me and my family, I'm going to ask for the arrest of you. I'm not scared to do. God is not scared to do what needs to be done. And when I get off here, I will be asking for the arrest of you. The arrest of the Justice Department. So I want them to know something. I'm willing to do whatever it takes for the enemy. We must strike. They are lying. The mayor are lying. And we must strike. My death will not go in vain because of racism and black hip hop lies. This is what we got to do. But everybody's going down. Racism and lies. And a community that think about their tax dollars more than they do disability. So I want you to understand something, what is going on here. And I'm going to ask for the arrest of you. And God said we got to do what needs to be done. Where got a mayor in power and Dallas and them lying. We need to do what needs to be done. And I'm about to do it. I'm about to act to tell the civil rights, can you arrest the Justice Department for believing racism and lies are hip hop in Dallas, Texas? And I need them arrested. Everybody that's involved. God say we need to do what need to be done. When Dallas and MO3 and Boosie and them lied, and the city and them lied to come up, I will not back down from this. God would not back down from racism and lie, but people want to fight, but they don't know how to fight because Yellow Breeze and them never did nothing for him. But God said, I'm doing more for you than him. Trust me, you don't know what, you don't know nothing. I'm doing more for you than his lying racism. So I want to tell you something. If you continue to let this lying stuff go on with racism and black and hip hop, if you continue to let liars and racism of gang members And people in the Carrollton, Texas, and Garland that do me wrong, I would take whatever it costs. I would come back 1,000 times to fight a racism of what you give Garland and what you give Yellow Breeze and black people that think about themselves. And we need to do what needs to be done. We will do it. God say we will pay that cost. And we will fight for that cost. But other people are scared to fight when God rises us up from the top. You know, when God told Moses, when he crossed the ocean, when he put the staff in the water, he put the wall around the ocean. But God told him to build another wall, then another wall on top of that wall. For our enemy won't have nothing to do with us. And God said Texas is looking like the enemy. And these kids, they looking like the enemy. Hip-hop racism of hip-hop is looking like the enemy. But they want hatred. And then these kids in churches are scared. They more scared than these damn adults that go to church. Their own churches. Pain and suffering. You know I called that. What else I got to mean? We know that's another 30 million. You side with them and they lies and racism. Why disability keep losing? Why they win, we lose? What do you want? Why God loses? God not winning, we losing. What you're doing now, we are losing. The faith, they don't have faith, but we lose. You rather side with them and we keep losing. What is that? Why do we got to keep losing? Why do we got to keep losing? Why God got to keep making sacrifices for the enemy and he's losing, he's dying every time because of you can't understand something. He's dying every time. God never did say he'll die for us. But he said maybe one day he might walk amongst us once again. He might walk amongst us once again. He might say everything is okay. But I got to stay here with them. God don't respect that. I got to be a part of Dallas racism. I got to be a part of Jello Breeze lies and Texas and them lies. God said, you ain't right. You ain't right, Justice Department. You and Governor Abbott ain't right. You and your city members that think about themselves constantly. Governor Abbott sit with his kids more than disability while they suffer. Well, disability is getting neglected and abused by racism employees while we suffer. While they eat constantly after year. But we the one that gotta die while they live. Why should we die? Why should we suffer and not be heard? Why should we suffer and not be heard? Why they be heard all the time? Why should we suffer? I want the Justice Department to know. Why should we suffer? Why the communities and other societies and business be heard? Why should we suffer? God had enough of it. God had enough of the intimidation, not being ourselves when we walk in a job interview and we see the spirit of our enemy of racism. We see the Holy Spirit in a job interview. Why should we suffer? Why should we suffer for those things? Why should we suffer while we going to interview? I've been going on interviews since I was 14 years old. You better go ask Newman Smith about me. These jobs. Governor Abbott sit there with his community and he act like he understand. You going to get no job, just should not discriminate. That's a damn lie. Every time I worked at U-Haul and I go in Brady them office and it talks about racism, and that's a damn lie. You don't live by what you say. Texas Governor Abbott talk about no business to discriminate. They will pull us in there and fake their love for God. They will pull us in there and fake their love for us. They will fake their love for us. God said, you scared of change, Thurman Miller? You scared of it? God said, you scared? You scared of little changes. What are you scared? God said, you are scared of those changes. What you are scared for? You scared to let me in? You are scared of change? God said we should embrace it. When you going to let God in and stop lying to him that you letting him in? When you going to really let God in? That's the question we got for you. That's the question. God said, when you going to stop lying and denying me? When you going to really let me in? That's the question is. Don't fake your love for me in a business. Don't fake your understanding for me. Don't fake your love for me and not understand with me. God said, when are you going to really let me in? And your heart is at 50%, 40%. God said, when are you going to really let me in? God said, you are forcing me to do things that you should know is right. You are forcing me. And I'm going to tell you when I get up, you are forcing me. You know, I said if I was the president and anybody come to president, I would tell them, let's put a torch, American torch in the White House. That would stay lit. That means God never died. God never died. God never died. God never died. But you have forced my hands. Justice Department, you are forcing me. That racist state and Mayor Eric Johnson are forcing me to do things that I should not be doing. You are forcing me. You are forcing me to do this. What the mayor and they lies, this was about tax dollars, and you know it, you care about them, and you're not willing to change. This is about their tax dollars, but you want to keep things as it is for them, for their sake. Because they don't understand God. They don't understand the womb of the maker of the creator. But you willing to stand with them over God, over what we stand for? You willing to stand with the city mayor that lied and say racist things and a community that complain over tax dollars where they don't want to change? And they will mention God's name and lie and still betray him. God said, what you make you think you deserve me to come back? When you lied to me. You lied to me. So, what do we have to understand? You rather not have change than lies? And these kids, where are they? The thing is, what their parents fight to going to work and being scared every day. What more are they doing just for voting and doing this and taking them out? And having barbecues every damn day. What is the purpose? What is more the purpose in life? And going to college, what is more the purpose? What is more that purpose? All it is, I'm asking for the prosecutors to lose their job. I don't want to hear no apologies. I'm asking for Judge Kennedy to come from underneath that seat. I'm asking for it. I'm asking for the racist politics to be handled. The ones that got their opinion about God, their opinion about the things that matters. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I will go to civil rights and file a racial complaint and ask for you to be arrested for discrimination and racism. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to ask for the arrest of the Justice Department against racism and taking their community side over their tax dollars. They care about them, Governor Abbott, care about them more. Why? Millions and other disabilities get annoyed. You want to hear them out, but you can't hear disability. This don't got nothing to vote because you can vote and still go against the grain. You can vote and still go on against God. You can vote and still go against him. You can go and still go against him. Your vote mean nothing was on a piece of paper, but you can still go against the grain. I see your spirit, your faith.